so much for that, Dryad. Yes, I am here as well. Okay, I'm Golden Boy. This is Match Point. You know, the thing that we do at the end of the show where we talk to pros and devs and all the fun stuff that we do. And joining us now, we have two special guests here. We have Valorant Senior Agent Desire June Cuervo, as well as, you know him, you love him, the dog, G2's Jawgemo here in the house. First things first, let's talk about the game real fast. How you feeling? You're all right?
I'm a little stressed. Those guys were definitely like hitting shots on me, and I was a little bit stressed out. Like my normal open plays that I have, all the plays didn't work out, but you know my team always pulls through and close it out like that. Yeah,
I mean the proof is in the results, and you guys definitely shut the door on that one to close things off. So part of the reason why we have June here joining us is because she is the one who designed Waylay. You know, I'm sure you all have seen her talk about Waylay quite a bit across our show. Out of the gate, we got to see some Waylay today.
Yeah.
But June, I want to ask you, how are you liking the way that you're seeing Waylay being played? Is it everything you had anticipated? What do you think?
Yeah, I think players like Jawgemo are figuring out a lot of the things I really hope that players would discover about the character. The dash and the refract seem like pieces you always have to use together when you first look at the character, but then as you get better at playing the character, you can do like I saw in Fracture, like really cool contact plays with the refract, and then actually just dashing in onto the site after you have info and like relying on your team to follow that up rather than relying on your refract. So it was really cool to see that today.
Yeah, is that like something you've been thinking about? Like, how can I take these different pieces of utility and use it in different ways?
For sure, on Fracture, it's a little bit harder because like Neon's a little bit faster paced. So playing Waylay, it's like you have to set up yourself and get the team ready for the fights that you want. Like, let's say B main, we want to take B main, contact up, refract. I'm going to stun this lane, I'm going to flash this side, I'm going to smoke for you. And then it isolates you to get into a good spot for Waylay because Waylay needs to be insulated to get these good kills, you know, in the match. So it's definitely hard if it's not on point. Like today, it was a little bit rough, but I mean, you've seen our Ascent, right? Like our Ascent's pretty insane with Waylay. Yeah. We know what we got to do. Fractures, you know, we're still working on it.
Yeah, no, it's completely fair. Have there been any maps in particular for you that you have found Waylay to make a lot of sense? And the maps where you're like, maybe not, maybe I do Yoru, maybe I do something else.
Yeah, I think today kind of defined it. Maybe not Fracture, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But Ascent is like, you know, one-to-one replacement of Jet, I would say. I think it's probably better than Jet in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think Pearl, like, you saw Ospas playing it, like, he knows how to take his lines. He has an op on the deep lines, and he can also just, like, stomp people, like, everywhere, wherever he's at. And then also for Ascent, playing backside B, getting the kill, go up lane, go backwards and refract, and, you know, you have that. The kit for you.
Yeah, when I was designing the character, my prediction was Ascent was Waylay's best map, and I was just really excited.
We were talking about
watching you play and like get out there and like, Ascent's a great map for Waylay.
Has there been anything else that has surprised you with Waylay so far, June?
You know, I think players learn really fast. So it's like, you know, my playbook is like, you know, only so many games, like working on the character, right?
Fair, yeah.
Players play more games of Waylay in the first, you know, 2 weeks than I got to play on the character for the whole time I worked on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly I think it's been really fun watching just people's creativity and how they're like figuring out how to like not do the most obvious things with the character, be more creative, more exploratory. Your clip from really early on, refracting back into your own ultimate was one where I was like, I just literally never thought about that at all. So it's super exciting to see.
That's wild stuff. Especially considering like Waylay comes out and then there's also Tejo and then there was also Vyse. So for you, have there been any compositions that you have really liked that support Waylay very well that maybe you could tell like players that want to maybe try Waylay in their ranked or normal games?
Yeah, I would definitely say Tejo and probably Breach. You could probably like sneak in a little KO
like the
in
initiator
there,
utility.
You can sneak both of those characters in Tejo and what's it called? And Breach. Yeah. And Vyse is also good because you give that passive line for the Waylay so she can come in. The wall comes up, you come refract, you look for a kill on site, wherever the case is. And I think those are probably the best three characters I've seen with Waylay.
Yeah. And what about for you, June? Has there been any compositions or even agent combinations where you're like, oh, I'm curious to see how this works out, or anything that caught you off guard?
You know, nothing that like caught me off guard. I guess when I was like designing the character, I kind of like was like, oh, this is kind of like a duo's dream duelist in a way, right? Where it's like you got your duo like setting you up with like an Omen Blind or a Breach Stun, right? And it's just sort of like a reason to play the character other than like a character like Jet, right? Who like it's kind of like has it all and like you can kind of play for yourself the whole time.
Yeah. Jawgemo, something I notice about your play, you do it on Yoru, but you also do it on Waylay. You like to go in for the last second just the last second, and then you recall back.
Yeah.
Is it like a playing with your food kind of thing, or you just like a playing with fire?
Yeah, I definitely like to just like inch it out to the very last like tick of it, because we don't know how long Waylays actually think like the refract is. So them like seeing me scale side or something like that, and I'm like last second tick, and I just and I go backwards. Like they're more scared because my teammates can scale behind me or something like that. You know, people are like, more worried about who's actually behind the Waylay and what util comes behind that. So that's kind of why I do it.
Yeah.
And then I give them a thumbs up after my teammates get a kill, and that's it. You know?
For sure. Now, something that you may not know, Jawgemo, is that June here is actually quite a big G2 fan. And what is about the team that made you a fan of the squad, June?
So I've been watching G2 since before, you know, they were in the Americas League, and then I was also like I'm a huge Potter fan, huge EG fan. So I mean, this is actually kind of like a dream team for me, so I love it. But no, I think G2, like, to me, I feel like they play like correct Valorant. That's like my take. You know,
Is that how you feel, that you play good, honest, correct Valorant?
Sometimes, and then I get off my leash and I get to do what I want.
Yeah,
take the shorty out. You know?
Yeah. That's when you thrive. You know, you gotta tell Josh to let you do that a little more often. You know, it'd be dope. It'd be dope. Hey, well, I want to thank you both so much for taking the time and chatting with this agent. And you know, we want to see you out there playing Waylay as much as possible. Locker on quick play, ranked. Well, if you locked her on ranked, make sure you perform. Otherwise, people are gonna be pretty mad at you. But make sure you're going out there playing Waylay. And thank you, Jog, and thank you so much, June, for the time here.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead, though, and review what is coming up and the standings as we wrap up today, because, well, it was already highlighted green at the start of the show, but G2 were the first team to lock in their spot from the Omega group, but Crew and 100 Thieves, with the results of today, are now a lock for playoffs as well. Man, Jog, what do you make of this Crew team, man? Because they're looking good.
Yeah, they've been showing up a little bit. I've definitely always had faith in Kesnet. Like, every time we play ranked or, like, he's talking to me, he's like, I want to be like you. I was like, why? He's like, I want that trophy, too. I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah,
so every time I see these guys play ranked, they're grinders, like Mazzino, Kesnet.
Yeah.
That's what most people I talk to the most, but they're insane, I think.
Yeah, they look phenomenal, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopping anytime soon with the way things are shaking up. Let's actually see the schedule and what we have coming up for you beautiful people tomorrow, because we got Furia going up against Cloud9, and then we'll close things out with Sentinels versus Loud. I don't know what's going to happen in that game. Anything's been. How have you been enjoying the season so far, June?
It's excellent, and even better now that I can enjoy seeing what crazy things people are cooking up with Waylay. So
yeah,
I'm happy.
that has to be cool. Not only are you getting to enjoy it as a fan, but you also get to directly, like involve yourself in it.
Yeah, and all the designers are fans of pro play and just the game in general. We all play, so it's just awesome to be out there in the crowd watching you guys out there. So
cool. Well, we thank you once again for joining us, June. You're welcome anytime. You can do a death segment with us. You can host one if you would like to. You can kick me out. I'm sure that'd be awesome. But Jawgemo, always a pleasure, my man.
Thank you,
and congratulations on the win. Congratulations on clinching playoffs. That is going to do it for us here at Match Point, though. We thank you so much for tuning in today. And don't worry, we're going to be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, with plenty more matches. But for now, here's your Samsung SSD Fast Replay. Adios.
Versus 100 Thieves. There's always these weeks that you've got to watch out for.
There's always at least an upset that creeps in here or there, and this absolutely could be it.
Here it is, takes the timing right off of his team's contact. This is a full cleanup, quite a cleaner sweeping of orders, left it down to the 1v1. BXS pulls it back from the brink. There's 8 seconds left and kills players dropping in all. They have to hard commit this, they have to hard stick it, and they're going to plant out in the EDU. I'll be able to catch this angle here with a barrel pointed out. He's just spotted the one player that doesn't expect Cuervo to be off of that angle. And that's a Hunter's Fury as soon as that attempt to flood straight back in. It's a good call to make. Cryo is delivering death blows. It's 2G attempted to find a way to path and paving the victory. 100 Thieves still thriving in the midst of all that chaos. They make the most of it. 15-13 for our opening map. It's 100 Thieves who seal it up. I'm going to be taken. Got there, and here's it. Scurrying around. Good with the crosshair placement. But they're going to be trying to fight all the way deep into Snowman. Going to try and make it work. Boostio! Boostio! What is this? One bullet left. It's an ace on the cards. Wingman forcing the issue out wide. And there you have it. Stand up. Take a bow. They're getting a run on. Boostio doesn't care, man. Using the thrash to send this one forwards. It's just a one-man army. He's got the support. Laying on from the side. Stand up. Matters not. Hassan's the one who ends up going down in the midst of it. Boostio. Boostio! It's a four-piece. 2G lying in wait here. Gonna make another go of things. The salvo's just about too late here. With Outlaw in hand, this is Cryo making the most of it. He knows he's up against a weaker bite. And now he's going to try and seal this one all the way up. And 13-6 is the finish that 100 Thieves put on that map and the series to lock their placement in the top 4.
Oh, they get the spam back, but Trent says, I can do the same. Gets some aggression with the drone as Trent dodges the drone. Trent! What the hell was that? How Lev stalled on everything in this strategy, and the members are able to get a few kills here. Is this a kill from Tex coming out from sewers? No, it's not. Jog is able to turn for 3 as he takes down Rossi too. G2 making a good case for this, but Rossi actually comes flying in the site. They're just pressing W to delay here. The Bulldog doesn't connect with the second one, but it is going to do some collateral damage there. 64 and 70 for both of the members of G2 right now. A very healthy Rossi tries to get in with the classic, and so does Tom. What are you doing, guys? All together. Trent's going to pick up the 2 kills. G2's going to pick up the win, and they take Haven to take the series.